fun. I recommend people check it out.
All right.
Johnny, I believe you got to check out a game, Thumper.
Yes,
That's
I
supposed to be
did.
doing interesting things. Tell us about it, my friend.
Thumper. All right, so Thumper is a crazy game where you're playing as this weird chrome beetle racing down, not really racing, just like, I don't know, beetling down this very neon-esque, reflective, I don't know, psychedelic highway.
Oh, that's kind of a bummer. I was hoping it'd be about a really horny rabbit who befriends a deer.
No, it's a beetle.
Okay.
Very much a beetle. You got like chrome wings and whatnot, and it's essentially a rhythm action game. There's even though you are sort of racing down this highway, it's not about racing at all. You don't really have to worry about turning in the normal sense of turning. You're not racing against anyone else. It is a sort of a very linear. Going down the quarter, you're always going straight down, and you are making your turns, making jumps, and hitting these beams of light that are coming down at you or above you, in tune to the rhythm of the music for that particular level.
Okay, this sounds like a 3D version of the game Defender.
Defender?
Yeah.
There's been a lot of Defenders, so I don't know which one you're talking about.
Sorry. The old school Atari Defender, where you had to pick up the people, but the rays of light were shooting down to hit them, so you had to try to save them from... You're
only saving yourself on this thing. You're saving your own little beetle self.
Okay, then it also sounds like... You remember the second level of the home version of Battletoads, where it's just like you rappelling down that cavern? It sounds like a top-down version of that. And it's like all the rays of light are the crab things trying to get you from the wall.
It looks more like a racing game. Like the perspective, the camera is behind the beetle. You're looking forward into the horizon of the highway itself, and it's bending and weaving. It's very psychedelic looking, and it's kind of like Guitar Hero. The way that, or Rock Band or whatever, the way that these beams of light are coming at you, and they're coming at you in the tune like whenever there's a turn, I think it's like a cymbal, not really a cymbal, but like sort of like a snare drum sound that you'll hear, and every time you hear it, you know that there's going to be a major bend that's going to come up, and you have to time your button push and your turning according to the beat of the music, and it's coming at you extremely fast, almost right off rip. This is not a rhythm action game that's going to hold your hand. It's going to sort of brutalize you on the first set of levels and let you know that you're going to die a lot, but you're also going to have a whole lot of fun while dying because the music is absolutely phenomenal. This is some of the best video game music being applied in a way that makes sense to what the presentation is giving you.
Hold on a second now. That's a tall claim. We came in with the Tetris theme. Okay, I think you need to appreciate the heights that need to be reached for that kind of claim to be legit.
This is the coolest beetle. All right, so you're playing.
This is the best beetle-related game I've ever played.
It is.
This is the greatest game where you play Hiawatha and
the Beatles. The Beatles would probably really approve. They probably wouldn't care too much for the music.
Wait. Pause. When you say Beatle, you mean like Paul McCartney?
I was
John
speaking
Lennon?
of beetles.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about like actual bug beetles.
Yeah, it is a bug beetle. You got wings. You have like a little carapace.
But right there, you're talking about the
BEE.
Yeah,
but right there, you're talking about
the superior beetles. The best kind of beetles.
Right. I'm just saying the music.
I've gone all cross-eyed, y'all. I'm sorry.
The music is really good, and I'm saying that the real Beatles, the real life ones, they might recognize that it's really good music.
Can we judge all games by what the Beatles would think of it?
We should.
Can that be our new rubric?
I'd like to know what they really think of
But how
Grand
does
Theft
Ringo
Auto
feel?
5.
All right, so what really
He doesn't
sells?
feel.
There's a few things that really enhance this experience even further.
Mm-hmm.
So one of them
Alcohol, yes, I know.
is VR. So this is also a VR game that you can play on PlayStation VR and on the Vive.
Okay, you lost me again. How do you play VR on a rhythm game based off of sound?
I did not know it was possible, but you can do it, and it's very visceral, the visuals that's happening along with the sound, because at the end of every sort of world of levels, there is a boss battle, and there's also mini bosses in between there, but the final boss battle is like this big giant demon head that is shooting like it's like attacking you with the music and it's creating like this attack beam sort of light that comes at you, and you have to hit the button at the right time so that you can
Adam,
shoot
help me
it
out
back
here.
at him.
Does this sound like a game, or does this sound like Johnny hit his head on the way to the station today?
Something like
and
that, yeah.
Had a...
It is
You
psychedelic.
lost me like 10 minutes ago. I'm just kind of staring.
You'll see like album covers, like 70s and 80s album covers, just from playing this game.
That's
like
an acid trip. That's
It
not
is. It is absolutely. It's very psychedelic. You'll see like that little Dark Side of the Moon triangle prism thing. Yeah. You'll see that. You'll see all sorts of cool stuff like that.
So
This
it's a game
demon...
that syncs up to the Wizard of Oz. I'm back in now.
Yeah.
Only backwards.
It is a trip of a game. It is very fun, very fantastic. If you go in at VR, it's super visceral. It's immersive, and you don't want to stop playing it. And it's also available on PC, PS4, PlayStation VR, and then it just came out on the Nintendo Switch. So not only is it on all of those other things, and at first I was going to say that the VR experience is definitely the best one, especially for like Vive or something like that. But having it on Switch, having it portable, is also extremely well done for this. The big problem with this game, and this goes with pretty much all other rhythm games
you come down really quickly and then you need another fix.
It's the latency that's involved with hitting the note at the right time.
Man, the game will come out when it's ready.
Right. It's the gameplay latency.
Oh, come on. That was like the cleverest thing I've...
That was good. So with other things, if you're playing, like when you're going through a TV, TV video input has latency to it, and that can throw off your button push where you think like, oh, I'm hitting the note on the beat, but then because of the TV latency and controller latency, things that bad gamers like to complain, myself included, we miss the beat, we end up like dying or whatever because of that. But with VR, there's almost no latency, if any at all, and with the Nintendo Switch, if you're playing in handheld mode, there's pretty much no latency whatsoever.
I wish that worked with everything. I'm currently I'm still playing Assassin's Creed Syndicate, and the one challenge I have yet to like get over for my 100%, because I'm that a-hole, is the fight clubs. And the thing is, because of that same issue, sometimes it'll be easy to catch the rhythm, and other times it's like every time you press it, there's like a half-second lag before you do the move, and you constantly lose. And I'm not sure what the X factor is between gameplays, but that's like the one thing that's been holding up my perfect game. It can
definitely trip you up. Like Dark Souls games have that type of thing where you need to be as precise as possible. Now, as I said, the VR version was the best, but now I think the Switch version is probably the best now, just because that latency is gone. You don't have to worry about it. Other rhythm games like Rock Band and whatnot, they'll have a timer thing that you can push the button as this sort of timer goes up, so that you can sync up the latency with what's happening visually, with what your button pushes are and what the music you're hearing.
Okay,
but this game doesn't do that.
Yeah.
And it needed to do that for the other versions. For the Switch version, doesn't have to worry about that.
Okay.
But for the other ones, it does.
Well, as someone familiar with various versions, it sounds like this is getting a recommendation.
Oh yeah, absolutely. This game is. I showed this game off to multiple people, and I said, try this, and whether it be on VR or some other way,
try this and then maintain, man. Maintain.
I started them off at level 1. Let them have it. I didn't explain anything at all, and they just sat down, and I just watched them play it. And every single one of them played for more than an hour because they were just having such a good time, not even knowing what the hell was going on. But it was
all right.
Really
so which version do you think stands out the most?
Oh, Switch version.
Switch version?
Yeah.
All right. Obviously, you sold Adam, so I mean, I think we can agree. Okay, so the game's called Thumper. It's available now.
It's available now. It's $20 on all platforms. I say Switch version only because I don't expect most people to have VR. But if you do have VR, definitely get it on VR, whether it be PlayStation VR or Vive. But if not, if you want it on a console, if you want to be able to play it on TV, Switch. Absolutely.
All right, cool. For the Nintendo Switch, Thumper. Thank you. All right. Also, if you want to share any gameplay videos, you can hit us up. Geek twitch.tv/The Geek Down. Let us know it's good. Also, you can challenge Johnny. He seems pretty high on his high horse there.
Yeah.
About his skills in this game.
My little beetle.
All right.